Welcome everybody to another episode of the ArenaLabs PvP podcast. This is episode 5 we're on, guys. Episode 5.
Oof.
I know, crazy.
Episode 5.
I know.
Woo! 5!
So I'm your host, Sneakers, joined with Aiken. Welcome back, Aiken. You know, you were away for last
Tear off. Hello.
Tear off. You change your name too often, man. It confuses me.
Well, you are changing my name too often. Go on.
Nah, you change your name. Well, and then we've got Greyola as well. And he's probably just sparking up. I don't know. And we've got one of our teammates on today. We've got Mike from our Team Degenerates. One of our degenerate scumbags, all the way from Germany. Welcome, buddy.
Yeah, it's a nice pleasure
welcome,
to be here, guys. Hello.
I didn't believe that.
Well,
Why so rude, dude?
I'm sorry, bro. I'm sorry.
So what we'll do, Mike, you're basically our big side-noded duelist general 1v5 player who likes fighting outnumbered fights.
Yeah, I wish that would be true, yeah, but I try.
Yeah. What is your favorite class? Because we've got to let the listeners know a little bit about who you are. What is your favorite class right now?
Right now, I would say Warrior. I kind of like to bring a Warrior back in the game a bit, because, yeah.
But Warrior is shit.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about
I mean,
Warrior is strong, guys. What the fuck?
I mean, to be true, Warrior got so low love in the game at the moment. Like, everyone is hyping NG and stuff like that. And I really like the class design of Warrior, so...
Get on that, what is it, that heel breaker build? What people are playing. It's crazy good.
Maybe possible to choose, yeah.
The Warrior's still very strong in 1v1s, right?
Actually, yeah, but it get outclassed by some classes like NG and stuff. But after the nerfs, I would say Warrior's a bit better, because I have less problems against some NGs.
So definitely the blind fucks you, right?
Yeah, the blind spam is really...
Yeah,
but I try to deal with that.
That's the big cook towards Warrior. You're just blind. It just fucks it into oblivion, really. But yeah, the big thing that we're going to talk about today, we've got Mike on because he's one of our teammates who is guilty of this, along with us all. We're going to talk about mindset, the whole mental game with playing ranked and trying to win. There's a couple of subjects we're going to be bringing up, which everyone will admit they are guilty to this, and if they say they don't, they're lying, or they fall into the rules of the scrub. I'm calling them out, yeah, because everyone's guilty of this, and if they say nah, I never do, nah, you're a scrub.
Yeah, I think at that point everyone does it. I agree.
Yeah, so the big things we want to bring up, the first thing is something called a scrub mentality. I've learnt this from the time I used to play Destiny, and Destiny 2. There was another podcast, it was called Crucible Radio, and they kind of coined this term, as far as I'm aware, which is scrub mentality. And the definition of a scrub mentality is to be shackled by self-imposed handicaps. So... a perfect explanation in Guild Wars 2. I almost said Guild Wars 1 there, guys. Yeah, different game. But it includes all games in reality. It's a broad thing that any PvP game. But say, for example, you complain about something that is out of your controls, and an example would be like, remember when Worms ran Triple Renegade in the monthly AT?
Scrub mentality.
Yeah, and everyone was going, "Oh my god, it's broken!" And like the whole objective in ranked PvP and like the tournaments is to win, plain and simple. Like, use anything at your disposal. If you're going in there with like, oh, I'm going to run 2 warriors, a dragon hunter, and you're expecting to do this, like, perform at the same level as what a triple renegade bunker scumbag, horrible. It's horrible comp to play. I admit that, but it is very, very effective at what it did. At
the end, if you are trying to win at the end, right? So
yeah, another example. We often hear this in our automated tournaments when we're playing with Mike. Is, oh my god, he's using nade hollow. Nades are busted. It's like, oh my god, man, nades are so busted. That's my Mike impression. This is bullshit, man.
I mean, actually, it is bullshit, but. Yeah. I mean, you can complain about stuff. That's okay. I mean, PvP is a game of emotions, but you can't blame other players for using that.
Exactly.
Because war is never fair, and you try to win the war. That's why you play fucking tournaments.
Yeah, if
And-
in
There you go.
in
Yeah.
unranked, especially, you can go, okay, you're going in there for fun. It is what it is. But when there's something on the line and the objective is very plain and simple, it is to win. That's what we play them for. Nobody likes losing. And
Yeah, as far as comps go, I think this is also where the fun should come in. Like, not just the scrub mentality, but the other aspect, the positive one. You know, like when you get a team, when you get something that you don't know how to counter, don't know how to work against, that gives you a bigger challenge to do something. You know? It's good that the game has should have more teams doing this. You know,
yeah,
Worms are a really good example, and probably one of the very few examples that have their own way of approaching.
yeah. So it's basically when people take it out on the player for using a meta build and something that is out of the player's hands. So it's like, oh, this takes no skill. That's a common one with condies, which we, on a selfish note, we all hate condies. I think it's a common thing in our team. We hate condi spam because yes, it does take no skill and it can be reapplied, but there has to be a certain skill level, like an entry level for players to do fairly well.
Well, a lot of Kandi builds for a long time have been way too much passive damage.
Yeah,
That's the problem,
Yeah.
I would say.
but that's getting into a whole balance. It's blaming the player on stuff that's out of your control. We're all guilty of this. There's no one. If you can kind of block that out and be like, yeah, you're going into ranked. People are going to use the top builds regardless. I don't know how many hollows I come across, and as condi thieves, they're everywhere. And just complaining about the build isn't going to do anything for you. If you go, okay, start thinking outside the box. How can I beat this? I'm going to give a shout out to Zartak because he, like the invincible guard build, which is going around, the core guard build, which we all hate. Like Andreas is fantastic at playing it. He's very frustrating to come across. And there's builds that like Worms are kind of coming out with, or not even Worms, as Zartak, that are specifically designed to deal with that. Like there was that mine build he came up with, which it's horrible to play against. He schooled Crayola on it. On NG, you just couldn't even get on the node, could you, man?
Well, there's not much skill in that particular build, if you want to put it that way.
But
I was playing pistol core
what
NG
I'm saying
in that
is
particular scenario, but it's the good thing what you're saying.
Yeah, instead of moaning about like the invincible core guard, you're going, I'm
You
going to find a
actually
counter
do
to it.
something about
Yeah,
it,
do
right?
something about it.
Exactly.
Either the old phrase of you can't beat them, join them, or just try and beat them with something like a full counter and try and counter that build. What do you guys think of the scrub mentality, sort of?
Yeah, I think it's not helping anyone, neither the player nor the teammates, even if they are randoms from the ranked, right? Because it's kind of makes you lose your focus and passion, because you know that there is something that you don't want to face, right? Because I think often people tends to play against easier matchups, or like they want to have easier games. They are just very focused on winning instead of having a competitive aspect. At least that is what I feel like.
Yeah.
They don't appreciate it. It feels like it.
There's a really good.
Yeah.
There's a really good point there. So like take example of solo queue. It's filled with people that it's okay, but they don't exactly know what's going on in the enemy build. You know, let's say if you're an NG, for years I didn't really know what the fuck necros do, right?
Mm-hmm.
And every time I got hit by spinal shivers. Why? Because it's a weird cast, you know. The necro just waves his hands in the air a little bit and it hits you like massively. And I didn't know what the fuck that was until I actually played necro and saw, oh, okay, that's what I need to dodge. And especially if you don't know what the damage is coming from, you know, like a spike combo or something. A lot of classes are running around with a lot of damage in a very short amount of time. If you don't know how that works, you know, you don't know what to dodge, you don't know how to counter that, and that's what the scrub mentality, or however you want to call it, also comes out. Because it's of course it's frustrating. So like a tip there is to just check out everything that's going on, right?
Yeah, I think that's more from the experienced player point of view. But something I want to just clarify when we talk about scrub mentality, like we're not saying you should go into ranked with the best builds and do this. If you want to be an off meta hero, go for it.
Yeah,
it's usually the off meta heroes who are kind of guilty of the scrub mentality. Like they're going in, with the mindset. Like I've been playing Dragon Hunter recently. I know it's not optimal, but by all means it's fun. I have fun doing it, and I'm guilty of it. Everybody is. He's like, fuck, he's only winning because like that Necro corrupt my boot, and I'm like, I know I should be trying to counter it and playing it a bit better. But if you're specifically going in with the mentality of a suboptimal build, you can't complain that someone else is kicking your ass with.
Yeah, then they are complaining about teammates because they think that they are playing a good build, and they think they're good, so it must be teammates' fault. You know, well, which can be in many cases, but I think people needs to pay some attention on what can they do different instead of
that's bringing it into more of the competitive mindset.
Exactly.
Or growth mindset. We were talking this pre-podcast. So a growth mindset is or competitive mindset, instead of blaming everything on things that are out of your control. Yes, we talked about potato teammates and players just doing the dumbest rotations possible. Instead of focusing on that and be like, I only lost because of this, record your gameplay and go, what did I do wrong that game? What could I do better? Did I make any mistakes? Like, you highlighted what your teammates did, but no, I don't care what anybody says. Everyone will make a mistake in a game. Like, even the top players. Like, I know Helsif, like, even look at the in-houses which Helsif did the other day. He was calling out mistakes. In our in-houses that we've called out, we've had Illithex and Feifei calling out, oh no, they've gone over-rotated there. Everyone makes these mistakes from like the bottom level to the highest levels of players.
Yeah, because this is not a scripted game, right? Like team comps changes, players who play them changes, so you can't expect the best value every time. I think Snakes people also needs to learn or accept the lose as well. I think that's a big problem too, which pushes them into that mentality. What you think?
Yeah,
that's right. I mean, I would say that squad mentality basically is when you play the game and instead of learn from your losses, you just ignore the learn effect. And for example, when I play Warrior, I know that I can't go against everything there, right? Because that class would be broken in the ways. But yeah, when I don't think about what I can do, at least with my class, to counter some, or just don't go into some matchups, for example, then you learn from that. When I mean, of course you can blame some, but yeah, don't let that affect your gameplay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really.
Yeah, say that.
You know, I've noticed when I 1v1'd you, like you're the only guy that never used Rampage on Warrior.
Yeah, I mean, I just when I do 1v1s in like the in-house arena or some, I don't play like in normal 80s or some, because I just want to get that bit of fairness into the 1v1, this little honor to not use the Rampage, right?
Exactly. To me personally, that's the most PMA you can get in a 1v1 duel, because you're like, okay, let's purely play for the skill, right? Not, I mean, Don had a good point in arguing that, you know, it's still a skill and you can really use it really well, especially
of course.
Heather, and then use it as a combo. It's really nice. But yeah, definitely that's a part of the good mentality, like having a mindset where you're literally trying to improve the guy you're fighting, right? You're trying to get each other better, even if it's in the middle of a game and it's a 1v1.
I think you put it in the best terms. Like when we first started getting this group together, Crayola, you put your bottom line of why you play is just like, I'm here for the GG. That's it. I'm not here to. It's not a dick swinging contest of how look I'm plat 3 or legendary. You're just like, I'm here just for the GG. That? Yeah, well, not for the. You didn't say the dick swinging contest, but that's a good. You see a lot of people who, well, it's renowned in the rating system that people like. I'm not going to call any names, but there are win trading about, because people do care about rating that much. But you've been legendary in the past. You've a very high skilled player, and you're carrying you're doing games with a pleb like me. At my level, yeah, dude, we've done 2v2, like 2v2s. I'd die because I'm a pleb at dueling because I'm a thief, man. And then I just see Crayola just mollywop the other two players. It's pretty funny. Just carrying me, bro.
Man, I love this game. Seriously, like I'm never gonna be a pro player because I don't care. I'm playing on a wooden chair, mind you.
Gamer setup, budget gamer setup.
Yeah, exactly. I play for the love, and this is I think no matter how pro or not pro you get, there's this element within you, because we all, there's a reason why we keep playing this. It's not like you can start the game and go into PvP and after 2 weeks compete in a game. You have no idea what the fuck is going on. You need a couple thousand games to actually realize, there's
did you guys watch
a thing called team fights and 2v2 and a duel,
Yeah, did you guys watch Summit stream recently?
Yes.
Yeah, I think he did like a few games and was booting off, like, and he wasn't even dodging, and he's like booting off why he's getting beat by a tank, and you're just like, you're not even dodging key skills, and it's the vast complexity that, obviously I'm not saying like Sumba is good in other games, but in Guild Wars 2, it's not going to be something where you jump in and be like, all right, I'm instantly going to crush it because I'm good at PvP in other games. It's a completely different learning curve, and having that competitive mindset of
the learning curve. There's so many off ramps to that curve. Like it's such a complicated game on top of everything, right? You can't. Like if you take a shooter game, for example, anything. And you combine it with the Magic the Gathering, a card game, when you have to your mana matters and stuff, you would combine that with the epic storyline that Guild Wars 1 has. You get something like Guild Wars 2 and martial arts.
Yeah,
it's amazing, right?
So one thing,
so there's so many levels to this. Like you can see, the more experienced you are, the more it unveils. Like you can see the level that somebody is at, right? Okay, so they understand how to use skills, let's say, but they don't understand that, I don't know how Thief works at all. So this is why they always die. There's a million examples you can come up with, but I would say that there's definitely this very high, slow ladder ascending, and there's many off ramps in this actual game to actually learn what the fuck is going on.
But this wraps back into having that competitive mentality, and this is it kind of goes in competitive mindset and a growth mindset. I don't know if anybody's ever heard that term before.
Yeah,
but they go hand in hand, and this is not just Guild Wars advice here. This is like pure IRL advice. Having a growth mindset can benefit you not just in game. It's a whole range of things. Growth mindset, to put it in a simple, like, layman's terms, it's if instead of looking at a failure as a failure, look at it as a learning point. So you look at it as an opportunity to learn and a positive. As Crayola said, the learning curve is incredibly high. Getting slapped by a necromancer, right? I'm just getting destroyed by a necro. What? Like how?
May I say one thing here, actually, as an off-ramp? The learning curve, I think a lot of people would agree with me here. Like it starts rapidly, really high. It doesn't have a slope up, but it just starts up. Like as soon as you queue up, you're in the middle of a game and you can get bombarded by like the best people. This is why raging in unranked is complete and utter humiliation. If you're doing that, that's complete scrub mentality in the wrong way, because the guy that you're raging at for doing something wrong, it can be his 5th game,
Yeah.
5th game, 10th game, 12th game, whatever. It can be his 10,000th game. It doesn't matter. And he could be trying out any sorts of builds for the first time,
Yeah.
Because we have only unranked and ranked here.
Yeah.
So a very good thing definitely for somebody that's interested in improving from the get-go, just join up what we're doing here, these sorts of initiatives. Of course, the best thing is to watch streams. This is how I learned, or tournaments, right? 5v5 plays. But if you can actually be a part of something where you're competing, where you're actually trying to get better, dueling, getting a team together, that's the best way to learn in this game.
Yeah,
this is why I even play with you guys. Like even you said, Sneaks, that you're below my skill level. Yeah, but we you know, when we started playing, everything I called out, you listened to it, and I was like, fuck yeah, this guy's on point. You know, we can get somewhere. And look at us in the 5th episode. You know, we got somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, actually, it's not about only self-improvement.
Yeah.
I mean, you can improve by yourself, of course. You can improve from duels and stuff, but you can also help to let your teammates improve or other players improve. Like, for example, when we do a raid and I'm like, yeah, I'm not using Rampage to give you some lower pressure to first deal with other things you have problems with. And after that, you can go on and higher up the pressure. Even when I win, like back in the days, I did some duels with Dawn on his ref, and I kind of won the most duels on my warrior. But I mean, that's not the point, because he was learning from that as well. And after a few duels, he kind of watched my playstyle, I would say. And yeah, then he crushed me with his ref after that. So he improved from that. Me as well a little bit, but he improved. At that point, he improved a bit more.
I think
That's also a nice point of things like that. Not only, I mean, flaming is fucking bullshit, to be honest.
yeah,
Oh shit.
Yeah.
it's.
I mean, you can flame about specs, you can flame about condi shit or whatever, but
direct that
as
towards
long
the
as-
internet. Direct it there for the criticism, not at the players playing it.
ain't it fuck your nation.
There we go.
Nah.
There
To be
goes our
honest-
partnership out the window.
Hello, welcome to the last episode of the podcast.
Nah, but to be honest, the target should be self-improvement or help others to improve.
Yeah,
Yeah, or
I mean-
basically having fun can be a.
I mean, for example, I'm sometimes kind of mad playing against Nate Hollow, and when Crayola beat me with that in one of the But I'm only mad at Nate Hollow, not at Crayola for playing this, right?
Yeah.
He can play what he wants, actually.
Yeah, actually.
I think it's
yeah.
it's renowned in the community at the moment that it's not in a good place. And if we as a community can come together and have a good mentality, especially when it comes to ranked, and change that mentality from a big scrub mentality, which we're all guilty of, but changing from that to a competitive mindset and a growth mindset as an overall community, PvP itself will thrive, not just because it's been neglected by ArenaNet. It's no secret. It's not on the agenda. It's a side hustle, as they see it. So we as a community have got to come together and change the way we see the game and the way we see other players playing it.
Yeah, it makes sense. It makes sense, and I like it quite a lot.
No, I love talking the mental game. Something I'm going to bring up, guys, is because we're going to kind of move it on just to the next thing in regards to the mental game, is how we are jumping into rank. We talked about during the games and things like that, but what can we actually do to help us pre-game? So myself and Tia Off, we've both been high-level athletes in our various sports. I did karate at international level. You were Taekwondo, was it right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we've kind of got a little bit of experience on a mental game from a competitive athlete point of view. And yes, that's a high level, and I'm not saying Guild Wars is an esports or anything like that, but if you're playing to win, it's nice to have a little bit of a going, okay, I'm not here to mess around. I'm here to win. No one goes into an AT going, oh, I'm here to just make up the numbers. So
there's people who plays it for gold, but we can't blame it.
Yeah,
it's okay. Yeah,
but it's if you're there to what our podcast is about. We're not here to tailor towards the gold farmers. We're here to tailor towards those who are trying to improve, and it's something called a pre-performance routine. Like, what do you do before? As you log in, do you just go, yep, I'm here for the ranked, I'm here for the AT, and you go in? I don't know about you guys, but I know I cannot do that. Crayola? What, do you just jump in and go ranked? Mike? You guys have gone
So
what you guys doing?
I would say when I go in solo queue, I'm kind of just joining for some fun and some self improvements, honestly, because you can't play perfectly with your team because you have no real communication compared to like 80 games.
Mm-hmm.
So I only use solo queue for self-improvement and try the best I can do for the team.
Yeah.
Sometimes I mean when team is trying to type and chat and some I try to react on that, help the players they call in for help and chat and sometime. But you can't watch in chat all the time while you're playing a normal ranked game, because sometimes you being in a 1v1 or doing a team fight. So you can't see everything, right? You only have the minimap, but you don't know what is going on there, to be honest.
So what I see as a pre-performance routine is almost like a warm-up. Crayola loves doing these. 1v1 me, bro. Get in the arena. Get in the arena. Like come get in the arena. 1v1 me. And it's such a good way of warming up. I think it's
but it's just where you are. I mean, this really corresponds to anything and everything. Like, I'm a guitar player. If you may be a karatist, whatever you're doing, like as soon as you're in the gym, just start punching the bag. You know, or if you got a partner there, start scrolling. If you got a guitar, you know, like.
Well, it's a whole thing. Even from a physical point of view, before a fight, you're gonna warm up. That's your pre-performance routine. So it's like, what are you doing to get ready for? Like, that's a mechanical, a physical thing as well.
But it's also mental. The mental thing of just getting into it as soon as you're there. You know?
Yeah.
Like I think that's the positive mentality. As far as I'm aware with myself. Every time I log into Guild Wars 2, I click on my character and I'm in PvP. And I just go into the arena free for all or PM someone or just go straight into a game. But also my mentality, I don't know, like a lot of people seem very, very competitive. I am competitive, but I've always taken it easy. Like back in the day, I have 3,000 plus games on core pistol burn engine. And I played it when Scourge was viable, where every other Condi shit was more viable than that. I played it. And unranked, of course. I didn't want to troll rank. But I just played it because I had fun, you know. I knew I could catch people completely off guard with the burn, and I just really enjoyed it. Or like Fresh Air, Scepter, Focus Alley, right? Core. I played that also thousands of games. So
I think when you're at that level,
when
you're at that level, you're kind of attuned to it.
No, but I played that when I was a scrub.
Yeah. Nice,
you know, now I play meta. Okay, I played meta before that, but still, my mentality has always been playing because of the fun of the game. Now I'm getting into more competitiveness because I want to form a team, right?
Yeah. Well, I'll tell you what my pre-performance routine is with as a thief. It's more dueling. I'll duel on any class. Mechanically with thief, I am confident. It's just getting my fingers warm and make sure I'm not fat fingering and dodging when I should be targeting people and that sort of thing. And then
you guys also,
go ahead,
excuse me.
Nice.
Go on, please.
Oh, okay, thank you. But yeah, that's my little warm up, and then I like to go into an unranked game on Thief just to get rotations down and just going, okay, making sure I'm paying attention to the minimap and getting myself. I'll quite like doing this with all you guys because all of us are calling out. Just being like, okay, Mike's, can I get a +1? I'm already there. I'm noticing on the map. I'm going, who's this person's on you? Watch the crossover. And I start talking. Once I'm in that mindset, I'm good to go. It's trying to get the gears working, if that makes sense for me. Because after work, I am I'm fast asleep until I have like some sugar in me and I'm paying attention.
I think that's the beauty of Guild Wars 2. Even if people say there's no people, which compared to other games, sure, that's true, but it's still so nice. Like you can just log in, queue up, and you're in game.
Yeah,
feels really nice.
Yep.
I think this is we've just kind of brushed over the kind of the first layer of the mentality or competitive mentality or the mental game of video games as a whole. It's such a broad topic. I mean, it's something we could definitely talk about.
I think this would be a good point in saying anybody. In future we're going to do more of these, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
On topics. So we want to get people on from all sorts of aspects talking on this. Like, so, for example, a pro player talking from his point of view on this mentality.
Yeah.
Or anything like that.
So,
so people are really welcome to join the conversation.
good opportunity as well. Like we said, we're creating our in-houses earlier, which is a good opportunity to learn, whether that's in-house duels, in-house 5v5s, which are all higher level, but it's a good opportunity to get in with some higher players. If you've got the mindset and you're going, listen, I know I'm not that great at the game right now, but I am keen to improve. Drop us a message. Get involved with the PvP community. Get amongst these top players, because most of the ones who we've spoke to are keen to educate people and help them.
Yeah, actually, it's surprising how much well-intended people we have met so far.
Don't get me wrong. There are some toxic players, but at the higher level, when there's things on the line, egos start clashing. But when it comes to actually helping people and going, listen, any chance you can help me? If you're part of this community, chances are, and you go into the in-house arenas, chances are if a top player comes in, they'll be like, yeah, so I'll help you out. I'll duel you. You'll probably get stomped like I do. But I've learned so much at Illithex when he came and helped me a little bit with Dragon Hunter. I don't think I won a single 1v1, but I learned a lot. And then I controlled.
Yeah, he stopped me as well.
Oh yeah, he schooled a lot of us.
True point.
Okay, guys, can I make a point?
Go for it, dude.
Yeah, we talked about like getting a pre-routine about like physical stuff, like dueling and such.
Yep.
But let me make an analogy here.
Okay.
You will never hear from, let's say, a martial artist or a sportsman. Okay, let's give the example martial artist because we made it earlier.
Yep.
You will never hear that, oh, I lost the match because the dude on the enemy had longer legs than me or longer arms than me. You will never hear this because he knows what he will face. He knows the dude he will face. Even if it's a first sight, let's say they met there for the first time, which is kind of impossible. The people knows each other, They prepare what they're gonna face, right? Because they make a strategy. Like Zartek does this very good. He checks the map, what enemy has. He prepares a plan in his head where he will go and who he will focus. Or let's say you are a person who is having a hard time against nades, right? You know it will give you a hard time. No need to get yourself down after losing to it. Don't face it. Maybe just go somewhere else on the map. It's kind of very strange to me to people complains about things they already know. Like you may face a build for the first time and it may surprise you a lot. Yeah, I can understand that. But for the stuff you already know, complaining about them feels very strange to me and very uncompetitive.
Yeah, something we've talked about a few times is complaining about that sort of stuff. And I had something in my head before, and I've completely forgot what I was about to say.
I'm sorry.
It's absolutely gone out of my head.
I'm sorry.
It's not your fault. God damn it! This is where we're at. We're fumbling. But no, that's a really good analogy of complaining about stuff. Like we try and do this. That was it. I remembered. Got it. So when we placed Andreas' team once in an AT, and we knew what Andreas was running, his invincible guard build. And we made the simple thing, and we're like, right, we know none of us are killing it. None of us, unless we get like a really nice outnumber, we ain't killing it. So we just simply made the plan of wherever he is, we're not. And that was it. That was simply the plan. And it just allowed us to just, it's a really close game. And I think we won with that simple strat of being like, right, we ain't going near him.
Yeah, at least if we were better players. Yeah, maybe.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That was a horrible game. That build, man. I think that Mike with his Mesmer plays as well helped.
Yeah.
But
okay. I remember which match you talked about.
But that was having that pre-game, like pre-performance routine of going, okay, we're pre-game. What's my plan going in? Yeah, that's a brilliant thing to do. Yeah. What I say, guys, we've kind of just brushed over the small, the small section of a mental game. I'd like to get more people on to talk about this and discuss this in further detail.
Definitely.
But yeah, quite a short episode today. But yeah, shout out again for our in-house arenas. Message Crayola, myself, Sneakers, or Tear Off, not Aiken.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Get your name right this time. Mike will transfer you. We're just gonna get some spam going into Mike's inbox. We'll
Yeah, spam my inbox.
Yeah.
But with a bit of gold, please. I need some, actually. Would appreciate.
But yeah, thank you for those who are listening. Crayola, you got anything to add? Tear off, Mike?
Thank you for joining, and it was fun. Thanks.
I just love Crayola. Just join up. Just be
Join
there.
up.
Yeah. Be there. Listen more. Watch our YouTube videos. They're great.
This is the time to join.
So yeah, this is because
Did
it's all
you see
just kicking off.
stream? Did you know Helseth is back, guys? Has anybody watched Helseth like back in the day?
No, I wasn't playing the game.
I did.
I even subscribed, man. Like that was the funnest shit ever.
Yeah, so even he's getting involved in various in-houses. But which is awesome that the PvP community is coming together. But yeah, watch our stuff on YouTube. Listen more out for more episodes. We are trying to improve the PvP community and not make sure it's a toxic wasteland out there. So thank you very much. I am Sneakers.
I am
Crayola, Mike.
Okay, let's go in houses.
Mike, aka Visisachi. Let's go.
Right.
Mike, aka block your ass.
Block the ass, bitch.
Right. Peace out, guys. Thanks for listening.
The bullshit man.
Thanks for listening, guys.